Whether you're living off the grid, training for extreme scenarios, or just enjoying your weekly camping and hiking trips, it is crucial to be prepared for any given situation. Knowledge is essential in an emergency or survival situation, but often your ability to self-rescue is only as good as the gear you carry. The most basic survival tools, like blades and fire starters, are critical for ensuring you stay safe and sound in the backcountry, or in the event of an unexpected night spent outside or on the road. But the survival gear world is a vast and complicated one for the uninitiated. Even those who have a bit of background knowledge can have a hard time to find the perfect survival tools, because of the overwhelming number of options. To help take a little weight off your shoulders, we've come up with a list of the best survival gear and gadgets on the market today. We dedicate much of our survival gear coverage to the most basic tools a survivalist needs in his or her kit: knives, fire starters, and first aid kits. However, we also research and recommend all of the other great gear that will help you succeed in the woods and self-rescue in an emergency, including water filters, emergency blankets, bug-out bags, multi-tools, and more. Without further ado, let's dive into the intricate world of survival gear.
By combining the traits of a large machete-like blade with that of a diverse survival knife, the Camillus Carnivore can run double duty as long as you abide by the rules of limitation. For a large blade that sells for between $20 and $30, one should not have high expectations for the handle. And with the Camillus Carnivore, you might be surprised. The grip of the Carnivore is hard plastic covering with an exposed tail section that ensures that all accurate pounding will skip the grip and focus the force completely on the blade. The featured filled blade has multiple tools, from its long sharp edge, to the gut hook, cord cutter, to the tanto blade end, to the serrated saw section, to the pre-bar tip. As a survival tool, the Camillus Carnivore is worthy of bug-out bag carry. So for a unique edge chopping hand tool that you will use within its limitations, the Camillus Carnivore is one to consider.
When you're braving the outdoors, it's about working smarter, not harder. That sentiment is reflected in the knowledge you possess, but also the gear you bring along. The Ultimate Fixed Blade is designed to meet your basic survival needs: food, shelter, and fire. This multi-purpose knife corrals multiple tools into one smart design. The full tang blade has a partially serrated edge to handle a multitude of tasks and materials. Warmth isn't an issue, with a fire-striking edge that pairs with the included ferrocerium rod. Long-haul days call for comfort as well as function. A rubber overmold handle reduces hot spots, lashing holes keep the knife secure, and an emergency whistle could save the day. The sheath not only houses the knife safely, it also includes an integrated sharpener for on-the-go touch-ups. The ferrocerium rod snaps into the sheath until called into action. Take control of your reality in the wild with a tool that is optimized for your survival. It's chock full of features that you can rely on when challenges arise. The Ultimate Fixed Blade isn't just a knife. It's a multifunctional tool that every outdoorsman should keep on hand.
My name is Scott, and today we're talking about the Firelight Fuel-Free Rechargeable Lighter. This dual arc plasma lighter works in any weather and at any altitude. It's USB rechargeable and features a built-in LED light and 3-foot tender cord lanyard. The lighter weighs less than 2 ounces, and a single charge is good for over 300 seconds of ignition or 3 hours of low light. Use the lanyard as a spare rope or expose the wax cotton cord to use as a punk or dependable tinder. Pack this ultralight fuel-free lighter in your emergency kit or on your next trip outdoors for an easy, awesome fire start.
When hiking in the backcountry, the elements can be unforgiving. Accidents happen in a flash, so you need to be prepared. Water damage is the enemy to your emergency supplies, but so are disorganized first aid kits. Thankfully, a new waterproof first aid kit is making a splash. Introducing the Surviveware Small Waterproof First Aid Kit. 600D TPU material. With premium quality internal supplies. A durable and compact first aid kit. IPX7 certified waterproof rating, designed to protect your supplies. Perfect for hiking, backpacking, and outdoor adventures. Its many features make it the perfect companion on your outdoor adventure. 100% waterproof. Because this kit is so well organized, it becomes your guide during an emergency.
And today we're talking about the emergency bivvy in OD Green. If you're caught outdoors in the cold, count on the SOL emergency bivvy to keep you warm and dry. This durable bivvy reflects 90% of your body heat back to you, and the sealed seams protect you from wind, rain, and snow. The stuff sack includes a survival whistle and tender core drawstring. Expose the wax cotton core of the drawstring to use as dependable tinder. With this bivvy, you'll be prepared with a personal emergency shelter that saves lives in the harshest outdoor conditions.
Here we have the SJK Nightfall one-person tent. This is an external pitch frame, meaning you can set it up as is. You don't have to fiddle with a fly, so if it's raining, you can set the whole thing up as is. A neat thing about this tent is that you can actually remove this internal mesh, making it just a shell for those lighter backcountry pursuits. You can set this up with a footprint, making it a little more cozy, or go super lightweight and just pack this in the camp. The Nightfall is really easy to set up. Simple two-pole construction. As you can see, one pole goes through the sleeve and the second pole goes over the top. Be sure to put the corners in first, then work your way around, securing the extra reinforcement clamps. And always secure your guy-up points. This will make sure your tent doesn't flap in the wind. Here we have it set up with a footprint. As you can see, it just adds a little extra barrier against the ground. The Nightfall tent has aluminum poles and stakes. You're protected from the elements in this tent as it has a fully taped seam waterproof fly. It has an extremely large vestibule area, providing plenty of space for any gear you don't want to keep inside the tent with you. This tent comes in the Kryptek Highlander camouflage print as well as a solid gray color.
The LR35R is another flashlight from Phoenix that pushes the envelope. Blasting a jaw-dropping 10,000 lumens of light is one thing, but doing it from a flashlight this small is another. This flashlight produces a very wide 90-degree beam and can throw that light a maximum 547 yards. Powered by two 21700 batteries, the LR35R is USB Type-C rechargeable and includes a battery level indicator so you can quickly check your light's battery status. The LR35R has 5 brightness levels, plus strobe. Intelligent step-down protection does help with the excessive heat, but we do recommend that you use the turbo for only a short time. Activate the lockout function when transporting. You don't want this light accidentally going off in your pack. IP68 rated dustproof and waterproof underwater to 2 meters.
Carrying a multi-tool opens up an entire world of problem solving and empowerment. There's nothing quite as satisfying as having just the tool you need for a job, right when and where you need it. A good multi-tool gives you quick access to many useful tools in a streamlined, compact package you can fit in your pocket. Manufacturers are competing to pack more and more exciting features in their products to cram as much functionality as possible. At the same time, they try to keep the multi-tool simple enough to be used effectively in all kinds of situations. There's a broad, deep, and ever-expanding landscape of multi-tool options out there. We spent hours researching, sifting through specs, and testing tools in real-life situations to narrow down this list of the very best multi-tools on the market. We assess each model for its functions, construction, ergonomics, and portability. What we present here is intended to help you quickly and effectively make the wisest purchase for your purposes.
If the AR-15 is your weapon, then this is your tool. The Real Avid AR-15 tool. The high-strength stainless steel frame is clad in G10 non-slip grip plates for superior handling and durability, and is packed with precision-made, mission-specific tools to keep you and your AR in the action. The 12-function bolt carrier group scraper has a cotter pin puller, making breakdown easy. This scraper has 12 precision profiles, machined to match critical dimensions of the bolt, firing pin, and inside of the carrier. It scrapes off everything in its path, leaving no place for carbon to hide. When spent brass jams between the charging handle and the bolt carrier, clear it with the bolt override tool. Just drop your magazine, insert the bolt override tool at the front of the bolt, and pull back sharply. The obstruction is cleared and you're back in the game. A pin punch attached to the handle makes for easy disassembly. It detaches from an 832 threaded receiver that fits standard cleaning rods and brushes. There's a curved pick to get crud out of tight spaces. It detaches from an integrated 832 threaded post. For customizing your AR, a 1/4-inch 3-position locking magnetic driver pivots from the handle. Attached to the sheath are Allen, Phillips, Torx, and flat bits. Also included is an A1 and A2 front sight adjuster. The X-frame butterflies open to reveal spring-loaded stainless steel pliers with a replaceable carbide cutter. In the handle is a heavy-duty 3 1/4-inch Tonto-style blade made of 440 stainless steel that takes an edge and keeps an edge. The AR-15 tool lives in a MOLLE-compatible ballistic nylon sheath. The Real Avid AR-15 tool, the smartest tool for the world's most popular tactical platform.
This is the MP1 AR. It's a multi-tool built to clean and maintain the M4 AR-15 weapon system. The heavy-duty forged jaws can withstand rigorous torque and compression. It features a pin punch for takedown pins, a contoured carbon scraper for cleaning the bolt and inside the bolt carrier, and a dental-style carbon pick for cleaning the bolt's ejector area and other hard-to-reach parts of the weapon. It holds an extended magnetic driver, which accepts standard bits. Included with the tool is a bit set with flathead, Phillips, hex, and Torx, all commonly needed for adjusting optics and accessories. The bit set also includes a front sight adjustment tool for iron sights and a pin punch for trigger assemblies. Also found on the tool are full-size serrated and fine-edge blades. The MP1 AR includes a MOLLE-compatible Coyote sheath. Proudly built in Portland, Oregon, this is the MP1 AR.
Alright, so we're going to go over the main function of the 1911 tool. As we spoke about earlier, we have our bushing removal tool here, and we're going to go through the first process of disassembling your 1911 by removing the bushing. We have our 1911 here. Obviously first, check to make sure it's clear. This weapon is in fact clear, no magazine in. So we'll start the process. Moving to the front of our pistol, we're going to utilize this bushing removal tool on the front of our 1911 tool. Pushing on the front and rotating clockwise slightly to start the process. Our bushing is now moved over. We don't want to move it over all the way so we don't get a spring to the face. We'll continue to push it over, and this will allow the spring to come out of our 1911. That's the first portion of disassembly. From here, you would continue with your standard disassembly. Alright, so we're going to go over the specific uses of the AR-15 tool. We already have our rifle disassembled, we have our bolt carrier and all the internals out in front of us. We're going to start off with the firing pin. We're going to work with this front notch up front, which will fit the smaller diameter portion of the firing pin. We'll move it up and down as we rotate the firing pin to remove all the burnt on carbon. Moving up to the larger diameter, we'll move back to this notch here, which will go up and down in the same motion, cleaning off all the burnt on carbon. And that'll complete the firing pin for us. Next, we will move to the bolt cam pin. We're going to move back to this notch here. Same process as the firing pin. We'll keep moving it up and down, going all the way around the cam pin. That'll complete the cam pin for us. Now we're going to move on to the bolt itself. We're going to work on the bolt tail side first. We're going to use the front portion of this tool, which will fit into the tail perfectly. We were able to rotate the bolts around the tool and clean out the inside and outside simultaneously. You might notice a little bit of scratching on the bolt, but that comes right off. Those are just shavings off the tool itself. An important point that it is in fact softer than the internal, so it won't scrape them. Moving on to the bolt waist, we'll utilize the front of the tool here, going straight into the waist and moving all the way around the bolt. Moving up to the bolt face, we're going to start off with the lugs. This shark tooth portion of the tool here fits in between the lugs. We can work our way around the bolts, cleaning them out individually. With the bolt face itself, we'll use the front of the tool again. It fits into this portion and can be utilized to scrape around and get into all the nooks to clean out all the carbon. The final portion of this process will be the cartridge extractor on the bottom. We utilize the hook front of the tool. That could fit in right behind the cartridge extractor and scrape out anything and keep it in perfect working order. So that completes the AR-15 tool. You can reassemble your rifle. You are all finished.
This is the Real Avid Gun Tool Max. Packed with 37 precision-made tools designed to keep you in the field or on the range. A detachable pin punch rides on board for easy disassembly, paired with a built-in tap hammer for stubborn pins. There's a detachable pick for pulling cotter pins or cleaning gunk out of tight spaces. The 8/32 threaded receiver and post pivot from the handle and accept standard gun cleaning elements like rods and brushes. Flip open the scraper for scraping carbon from both flat and rounded surfaces. At the range or in your blind, use the choke tube wrench to swap out choke tubes on the fly. A magnetized 1/4-inch bit driver locks straight for fine adjustments or at a 90-degree angle for added torque. Included are Torx, Phillips, flat, and Allen bits. An oversized flat blade flips from the handle for larger slots. Or there's a thin blade driver for adjusting scope windage and elevation. Plus 4 wrenches from 3/8 to 4 millimeters. There's a 3 1/4-inch drop point knife made from 440 stainless and a bottle opener for times out of the field. This rugged compact design has G10 non-slip grip plates and folds open into a heavy-duty combination needle nose pliers with an integrated carbide cutter. The Gun Tool Max lives in a MOLLE-compatible ballistic nylon sheath. The Real Avid Gun Tool Max. If you're a serious hunter or shooter, this tool's got you covered.